been fun to watch him expand his output over these last few seasons.
So here's Miami's starting group. Tyler Hero out there with Mitchell. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Wiggins in at the 4. And for the Jazz, they've got Lauri Markkanen. He's out there at Nurkic. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Just 4 to shoot, and it's Wiggins missing. And now here's Nurkic. He'll bring it up for Utah. Markkanen dishes to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Nurkic a screen on Hero. Back to George. Fires the 3. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Sensabaugh. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Mitchell.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Out to the wing. Latrey gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Powell outside. Wiggins outside. Outside, Hero. Pass to Wiggins. 3-pointer. Rebound, Utah. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Shots good by Hero.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And there's the bucket for Markkanen.
Markkanen is a shooter. Comes right back down to answer the 3 on the other end.
Here's Hero. Powell outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, I'll tell you, Powell can score just about any way he needs to. Contact does not bother him.
Here's Mikhailuk. 9-point game his last outing. Markkanen uses the glass to finish the layup. Markkanen's got 5.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Jazz trail by 3. George looking over the floor. Pass to Sensabaugh. Picked by Markkanen. From past the arc. No good that time. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. This their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Markkanen from outside. Connects from 3-point range. Markkanen's got his third basket of the night.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Powell. Defense is right there. Pulls it up. They get it again. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's exactly what Adebayo's out there to do off the ball. Work the glass and get his team second chance opportunities.
Now, here's George. 23 points for him the last game against San Antonio. Markkanen, good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
For Miami, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. He's checked in for the Heat. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Here's Adebayo. 32 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Sinks the triple. Hero's got 8 points.
Well, he's got the hot hand, and he's scoring with confidence right now.
George against Hero. George with the bucket.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Powell kicks to Hero. Launches a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Jazz trailing. Pass to George. There's the lob to Markkanen. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Hawkes outside. Back to Hero. Fires top of the key. Hero can't get that one to fall. Utah's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. George passes to Markkanen. Here's Nurkic. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Here's Markkanen. And Utah again with the bucket.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Hawkes outside. Back to Hero. 3-pointer. Hits it from 3-point range. Hero's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
Well, that's the danger of giving Hero a look from deep.
Now, here's George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Here's Sensabaugh. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. And a wide open look for Hero. Hero can't get that one to fall. Outside, George. Pass to Markkanen. It's up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists in the game.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Both teams making some changes here. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. Take a look at the Heat. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season.
I think for the Heat, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Now, here's Adebayo. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Here's Hero. From the top of the key, he buries it. Hero's got 13.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Larkin in a screen on Hero. Here's the three, and the Jazz with another three.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Utah with the ball after Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Collier, and off there. He misses his first shot of the night. The Heat trail by 6. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number one in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back over to you guys.
Good priorities. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Here's Collier, following the basket by Bam Adebayo. Markkanen from outside. And Utah, another three.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. 7-point differential. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defense that's showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. No scoring in this one. Drops in the tray. And now it's a 10-point Jazz lead.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
1:37 left in the first quarter. Outside, Hero. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Pass to Adebayo. Hero from long range drills the three-pointer. Hero's got 16 points.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And Utah making a change here. George is checked in. The Heat also changing it up. Powell, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And Smith subbed in for Hero. A minute 20 left in the first. Here's Collier. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. George against Smith. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Going inside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting for the Heat, Norman Powell, taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, Powell is such a valuable asset. Great shooter, efficient, has a really high basketball IQ with all of his experience.
And the Jazz making a change here. Love's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Smith. And so Powell nails both of them.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
It's a pick by Love. Nobody near George. No good on the three.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Jovic, the shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, at 6'10", I want to see Jovic attack like this inside. He has the height needed to be a weapon down there.
Bailey passes to Filipowski. There's 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Collier, that's good.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
And so it's Utah in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another key for them tonight, attacking the basket. Taking it right to the hoop, never a bad idea.
On the floor for Miami, we've got Khalil Ware. Powell is out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Larson in at the point. So Stan, the Thunder were the rare young team to win it all. But championship teams usually have a lot of veterans. Why is that? I mean, how do you explain that role?
Well, look, the more you know, the more you've been through certain situations, the easier it is to react effectively in that situation. You'll see guys be ahead of a play. Why? Because they've seen that play hundreds, even thousands of times developing that young guys haven't. So experience certainly helps.
Now here's Powell. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Trailblazers in Portland, and he goes in for the dunk.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Here's George. 8-point game. And Ace Bailey picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Jazz making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. Here's Larson. Nothing on the board. There's the pick. Out left to the wing. Here's Jaquez. Off target from three-point range.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Collier, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Collier's got the lead up to 10 now for Utah.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Larson lays it up and off the glass. Larson's got his first points of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Hendricks. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Easy shot for him. They'll take that every time up the floor.
And the Miami front office, Stan, hinting at personnel and philosophical changes after last season.
Well, when you win 37 games, there's obviously cause for change. And the Heat are never complacent, Kevin, and they've got no interest in full-scale rebuilds.
For Miami, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
The Heat trail by 9. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Larson. On the clock. Powell for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And he gets it to go. And it's an 11-point Utah lead. And so it's Powell who brings up the ball for Miami. Pass to Ware from outside the arc. Cans it from downtown. Ware's got 5.
Well, we see this more and more. Big guys who can really shoot it from deep.
Now, Filipowski. He's defended by Ware. Filipowski passes to George. Here's Hendricks. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Here's Jovic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
And saying the name Nikola Jovic. I have to make sure, Coach, I get that right.
Yeah, there's only one letter difference in that last name, but there's a big difference in terms of their game. Jokic, obviously a center. Jovic, a wing player, but this guy's got great size and skill, and people will know this name over the next few years.
So, Greg, offensively for the Miami Heat, there is room for improvement.
Yeah, they realized they were in need of another elite shot creator aside from Tyler Hero. For all his growth, teams have been able to key in on him and dare anyone else to beat him.
And so here is Miami after Lowry Markkanen misses from long range.
Sharing the ball has become an emphasis for Jovic, and he's increased his assist totals.
Outside, George pulls it from the elbow. Jaquez with the rebound. The Heat trail by 7. Pass to Hero. Here's Jovic. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 5 on the clock. Shoots it up. Here's Ware, defended by Filipowski. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Eagles Bam Adebayo. Andrew Wiggins.
Utah leading by 7. Now George. Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Hangs in the air. Here's Collier. Bangs home the trifecta. Collier's got 8 points.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Pass to Adebayo. Powell outside. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Markkanen finds George. Launches it from deep. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Outside, Hero. Powell left side. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
First one falls for him. Here's of Nurkic. He's checked in for Utah. Mikhailuk comes in for Collier. And Miami also making a switch. Khalil Ware's checked in for Jaime Jaquez. And so Powell nails both of them.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now, here's Nurkic. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Here's Hero, following the three-pointer by Utah. Adebayo finds Wiggins. Powell for three. Rebound, Utah. George in the post. Covered by Wiggins. And Markkanen throws it down.
Well, we have seen Markkanen accept more and more responsibility over time. What a dominant scorer.
Powell outside. Takes the three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Nice ball movement by Utah. Kicks it out to Markkanen. There's the three. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Yes, that goes in.
Wow, that is a tough shot. Adebayo going to the floater.
Pass to Markkanen. Nurkic a screen on Adebayo to the inside. And finished off by Nurkic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Ware. Outside, George. On the wing, Markkanen. Pass to Mikhailuk. And here's George for 3. Buries it from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz.
A lot of confidence from George shooting a 3 early in his career.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, the way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work. Guys, back to you.
High praise indeed. Allie, we thank you very much. Now Powell, after Lowry Markkanen misses from long range. Here's Ware, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Lowry Markkanen. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Collier in for George. Mitchell, he's checked in for Miami. Powell kicks to Mitchell. Pass to Ware. Now Powell. Basket counts. Powell's got 16.
Well, it doesn't take much for Powell to catch fire. And when this happens, there's little you can do to stop it.
Back to Markkanen. Nurkic setting the pick for Markkanen. And finished off by Nurkic.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Pass to Ware. Powell outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Back to Ware. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Launches it. Trains the three-pointer.
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins has got his second basket.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Sensabaugh. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Powell. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
Assisted by
Adebayo's got his third assist on the night. Pass to Markkanen. Lets it go from 11. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Mitchell passes to Powell. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, that's what Powell does. Uses his accuracy from range to create space for this offense.
Pass to Collier. Will it go? Norman Powell with the rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Ware kicks to Powell. Markkanen against Adebayo. Now, here's Mitchell. Not a lot of room.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. Markkanen against Adebayo. Markkanen passes to Mikhailuk. Here's Collier, covered by Mitchell. Pass to Nurkic. There's the steal. Norman Powell. He's been the guy making things happen for the Miami Heat. It's been an excellent. He's got 21 points and counting. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
Look here now at Utah. They're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
Moving right along now to the Miami Heat, they find themselves in a close contest at the half.
Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Lauri Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Utah with the ball. They've got Keontae George. Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3. That's the group right now for Utah.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And Miami has possession following the bucket by the Jazz. And that one, good. Jazz trail by 4. Pass to Mikhailuk. Nice ball movement by Utah. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Mikhailuk got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Hero looking around. Outside, Adebayo. Shoots the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Hero's got 21.
Well, there's the answer from Hero. One of the best from three-point range in the league.
Outside, Markkanen. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's the break. Mitchell wide open. And again, it's Miami with a 3.
Well, they won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
Now, here's Markkanen. 28 points for him. And George kicks to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. Markkanen's got 31.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
Here's Adebayo. 8 points for him. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get primetime positioning inside.
Pass to Markkanen. Outside, George. And here's Markkanen. And the Jazz, another 3.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Mitchell passes to Powell. Takes it inside. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, that's what Powell's out there to do. Pressure the defense and force mistakes.
The first free throw is good. And so Powell nails both of them. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And here's George. 10 points for him. Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. Nurkic a screen on Mitchell. 4 on the clock. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Mitchell. Down low. Here's Wiggins. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 5 assists in the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now, here's Markkanen. He's got 34. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now, here's George. And another 3 for Utah.
Well, with a little bit of room, George can splash it down. A fearless shooter.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Here's Powell. Outside, Hero. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Hero's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Heat. George with the ball. He's got 13. Nurkic a screen on Wiggins. Markkanen into the lane. It's good.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for one, Lauri Markkanen.
Well, there's a 7-footer who can own the glass and hit shots from the outside. Lauri Markkanen is everything you want in a big.
Now here's Powell. 23 points in the game. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Powell. Powell's got 6 assists here tonight. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Markkanen. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. To stand multiple defensive selections for Bam Adebayo.
Well, look, Kevin, Bam Adebayo has 3 key things for a defender, all right? He is smart, he is tough, and he is very, very versatile. He can guard virtually everyone on the floor at a given time.
Now Markkanen, after Norman Powell missed from long range. Pulls from the top of the key. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from George.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Mitchell kicks to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
George dishes to Nurkic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
He misses the free throw. Bailey's checked in for Utah. And Miami with a change here, too. Jaquez is checked in. And he sinks the second. The Heat leading by 5. Outside, Hero. Drills it from outside. Hero's got 11 points in the quarter.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And finished off by Nurkic.
With excellent footwork, Nurkic remains effective in those pick-and-roll situations.
Outside, Adebayo. Pass to Powell. There's the triple. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
All right, fans, I want everyone here in the arena to get on up out of your seats and make some noise for your Jazz.
Collier, he's checked in for Mikhailu. Looking now at some numbers for Keontae George.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Jazz trail by 9. Here's Collier. He's got 8. Outside, Markkanen. Another miss by Utah. The Heat shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Pass to Jaquez. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Hero from long range. Rebounded by Bailey.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Jaquez against George. Miami grabs the miss. Wiggins outside. Pass to Powell. And here's Adebayo. Over Bailey. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. And it's an 11-point Miami lead. Utah has gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Outside, Markkanen. Nurkic setting the pick for Markkanen. Another miss by Utah. And here are the Heat now. Now, Hero. 27 points for him. Pass to Adebayo. Banked in off the glass. Adebayo's got the lead up to 13 now for Miami.
Well, give him credit. Offensively, Bam has been fighting hard, really taking it at the defense.
Here's Markkanen. No good, unable to end this run. The Heat leading by 13. Powell finds Hero.
Get there.
Hawkins with a wide open look. Off target with his three. The Jazz have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Outside, George. Pass to Collier. Outside, Markkanen. Over to the left wing. And Bailey gets it to go on the assist by Markkanen. Bailey's got 5.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The Heat third.
And you always like to see aggressive defense. And then when you can convert mistakes into points offensively, that's a big key.
Here's Jovic on the wing. Hawkins. Again, the miss by the Heat. Jazz trail by 10 to the middle.
Yeah, that's what you want to see from Markkanen. Attacking the defense and forcing them to react.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Heat.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
And the first one drops.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
And Miami making a change here. Jonas is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Pass to Jovic. Here's Jonas. And it's Ware in the corner. That three off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Markkanen. Count that one. Markkanen's got 41.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
1:51 left in the third quarter. Here's Larson. And nothing is falling for him right now. Jazz trail by 6. And it's Bailey in the corner. Pass to Collier. Sinks the three-pointer. Collier's got 11 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A minute 20 left to play in the third. Jovic, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
Bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Markkanen can't get it to go. The Heat leading by 6. Pass to Larson. Here's Jovic. The 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Markkanen. Connects again from distance.
He's scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Jokic. Pass to Larson. Just 5 on the clock. Good on the shot. And the Heat lead by 5. Here's Collier. Markkanen from outside. Tyler Hero has been leading the charge for the Heat. He has been a long-range assassin today. With his work that quarter, his total number of threes is up to 7. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. They've got Powell. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Khalil Ware. And it's Jovic in at the power forward. Powell for 3. Misses the hole. Shooting 8 for 14. Outside, George. Pass to Collier. To the inside. Here's Filipowski. Drops it in from 11 feet.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Here's Jovic. Jaquez outside. 6 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. And Jovic gets it to go.
Listen, these coaches want Jovic to be shot ready. They need him to trust his jumper.
George passes to Filipowski. Pass to Bailey. Unloads from 13. And the jumper falls for him.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Ware. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Heat lead by 6.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Here's Hendricks. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Jovic. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jaquez can't hit.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
Here's Collier. Pass to Hendricks. And a miss there on the triple. The Heat leading by 6. Ware passes to Larson. Here's Ware. Defended by Filipowski. Ware, no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss. Outside, George. Pass to Hendricks.
Outside, George. Shoots over Powell. George, no good.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Larson. Now Powell. Pass to Jovic. Jaquez outside. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 6. Filipowski passes to Hendricks. Back to Filipowski. Can they get it? Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He knows every possession is critical now. And the Jazz making a change here. Markkanen's checked in. Heroes checked in for the Heat. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. And he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart, let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Larson. Hero on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And the Heat making a change here. Adebayo's checked in.
Idris Bam Adebayo.
Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Powell outside. Outside, Adebayo. Here's Ware. Clock at 6. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Now, here's Markkanen. Down low. The rebound by Tyler Hero. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. Yep, that one goes in there. And now an 8-point Heat lead.
Well, when Hero gets his offense going, he holds nothing back. He just keeps pouring it on.
George with the bucket.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
The shot's good. 31 points for Tyler Hero.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher.
Now, Filipowski. Bailey passes to Collier. Markkanen a screen on Powell. Collier. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the paint, here's Powell. Count it, and with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Markkanen a screen on Powell. And it's Collier missing. Miami leading by 10. Ware passes to Hero. Now here's Adebayo. Defended by Filipowski. Picked off in midair. George finds Filipowski. It's hauled in by Hero. Miami's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Pass to Ware. Powell outside. Hero passes to Powell. Inside, just 5 to shoot. He gets it in there. And that's now 30 points now in the game for Norman Powell.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. A different look for Miami. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Khalil Ware. And it's Mitchell in for Jaime Jaquez. George against Mitchell. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to George. Markkanen passes to Mikhailu. Shot clock at 5. Nurkic. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Wiggins outside. Mitchell sets the screen for Wiggins. Pass to Hero. Lets it go from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Hero's got 18 points now here in the second half. Jazz trail by 15. Here's Sensabaugh. Nice ball movement by Utah. Markkanen against Wiggins. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Mikhailu. Here's Sensabaugh. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And it's been an efficient game for Adebayo. He's done a nice job finding the holes in the defense.
Sensabaugh no good. The Heat leading by 16. Here's Wiggins, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Outside, Markkanen. Here's Mikhailu. Buries the long-range jumper.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now, Adebayo. Here's Hero. Oh, softly lays it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. We've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, Norman Powell.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win. And it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Here's Sensabaugh. Outside George. Misses the 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Adebayo. Mitchell outside. 6 to shoot. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Mikhailu, covered by Mitchell, and good that time.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court, but when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now, Hero. No problem with the wide-open J.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. They lead by 17.
And this is
what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Miami.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Norman Powell.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Now here's Powell. Hero passes to Wiggins. Nailed from three-point land.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Here's Sensible. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Pass to Hero. And here is Mitchell, defended by George. And Mitchell gets it to go.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Tyler, we know you are never shy. What gives you that confidence to let it fly when the pressure is on?
I like taking the big shot. My teammates, my coaches, they all trust me, put me in the right spots, and sometimes I make a couple big shots here and there.
Well, you give them a reason to trust as well. Congratulations.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Norman Powell.